What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to this week's episode of On the Bench with Pete. This is the series that you put on in the background whilst you paint a hobby or whatever else you want to do. So it's designed to just be played along as you do your more mundane tasks, such as priming, basing, whatever it may be, whatever you find a bit more tedious, I suppose. But it doesn't have to be. You could be doing fine detail for all I know. It doesn't matter, as long as it helps you. Helps me though, and that's why I do these. It helps me get through those laborious tasks. So grab your brushes and your models and whatever else you need, perhaps a drink or two, and yeah, let's get started. Okay folks, super excited because today I'm going to be looking at preparing my Strontium dog miniatures. As you can see, I got this guy separately. Strontium dog Electronux. So it's Johnny Alpha with the Electronux. I'm not going to be painting these guys today. Possibly be putting some paint on my interesting miniatures. Sorry, I was belching there. Which I really only got for this. There we go. Focus, come on. Model here, creepy girl with a balloon, which I wanted for Call of Cthulhu. I got the squire, his wife, the housemaid, all that kind of good stuff. I've got my heating on in Mini Warzone at the moment as I speak, and yeah, I may be turning it off soon. I don't know. I'm just going to pop my glasses on. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these Warlord Games bases off of the sprue here, because my aim this session is to get my Strontium dog miniatures on the bases all prepared. That's kind of the plan, and even the bases will need a little bit of rubbing down. When I first encountered these types of basing, like bolt action and Gates of Antares, I wasn't overly impressed with them, but actually as time goes by I'm kind of warming to them, because I don't know, they're flatter on the ground. I quite like that. Yeah, it's good, because it doesn't mean they're higher than they should be, like when it comes to being placed alongside certain types of terrain and so on and so forth, like a wall, for instance. I mean, if you look at this, I mean that there could mean the difference between, cover or not, or partial cover. You know what I'm saying. Every little helps, right? Oh, I can feel the heat coming from that heater. Yeah, I don't think I'll be having it on too long. I'm actually filming this on a Tuesday, so just to let you know, I'm filming it. Well, it's actually to let me know if I ever watch this in the future, really. So future me, if you're watching, I'm filming this on a Tuesday, and yes, that means I've got to go to work tonight. It's a lovely day here in Plymouth, surprisingly. A lot of stuff needs doing in the garden, grass cutting in particular, but I'm just too knackered and sore from last night's working escapades. Right, that's that sprue done. My Johnny Alpha with the Electronux also comes with its own base, which of course it should do. There we go. So we'll open this up. Already been clipped off of the sprue. So we'll have the miniature out. I'll keep these sponges to one side. Strontium dog Electronux. Nice. Don't think I need this. Now, I've watched a playthrough of Strontium dog with just the stuff you get in the starter set. Let's throw it up to one side, right? And I think this will be perfect. Sorry to obscure the view. Yeah, with just the stuff from the starter set, and it looked like it was quite fun actually. Now I know some of you don't like skirmish games, but I do. I'm kind of yeah. Do you know what I like? I do see the appeal of the larger games. I mean, I've played a few myself, but it just takes so long. Sometimes it's just good to throw down a game and play a quick scenario, you know. Bit like a game of chess, you know. You don't want to play that all day, would you, or 2 days? Just rubbing this down so that it won't be noticeable when paint goes on it. So 4 times each, just to get it ready. Not even looking at the models yet. There'll be some flash to clean up. That's only to be expected. That's fine. Yeah, so I may not even get around to applying any paint onto my squire and his family. Those guys there today. May do, may not do. I don't know. That's okay. I've got my cup of tea ready and raring to go. So that's just prior to this. I was painting some of my Gene Stealers. Well, all my Gene Stealers that I recently put together. It's painting their carapace. Doing a bone colour this time. Whereas before I didn't. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, I watched a playthrough from the Warlord Games channel of Strontium Dog. Looked really fun. I got sidetracked by talking about the skirmish aspect. And so essentially it's Johnny, Alpha, and what's he called? The Sternhammer guy. You have to forgive me, I'm still at the stage where I'm not used to the names. So it's basically 2 against the rest of them. That looked incredibly unbalanced, but it actually was fairly balanced because, I mean, Johnny Alpha ultimately won. I think what I'll do in future is buy some Warlord Games bases when I make up my own mutants or whatever characters for the game, or bounty hunters. I'll use them so that they could be consistent on the bases, so that'll be good. I will probably get some more of the expansions as well. I've got to build the MDF terrain, the solar farm house panel thing. Typically be used on a Badlands board or something, you know. I'm going to use the board I got with my kill team, 40k. It's about the right size. I mean, the playthrough they played on a 2x2 board. And you think, that's not very big, but it is actually. I think 3x3 is probably the preferred size for these skirmish games, but 2x2 was plenty big enough to demonstrate the game and its aspects. So we could do that on my Realm of Battle board. Take any of the 2x2 tiles. So that's what I can do. Eventually I'll build a few skirmish boards myself, 3x3 I think, or buy a 3x3 mats, whatever it may be. Right, so that's the bases all good to go. I think, just have a sip of tea a minute. What I'm going to do is to stick them to their bases with a new bottle of super glue gel, my Gorilla Glue here. So let's open that up, because my other Gorilla Glue, awfully difficult to get out of the bottle now. So we've got the Gorilla Glue gel. So I've got the super glue and the super glue gel, but my super glue is acting pretty much like gel now anyway. Right, so there's the bases. Now we're going to take the miniatures one at a time, and we're going to tidy them up a bit here. So I wouldn't dream of starting to paint these anyway, because I don't know if they have set colour schemes or not, which might be nice to try and I know I don't have to follow the colour schemes, but I'd like to, just to see if I like it. I mean, I'm definitely going to follow the colour scheme for Johnny Alpha. This guy looks like he needs a couple of arms as well. Right, so this is what I'm doing. I'm cleaning them up. And of course I'll rub the wire brush over them as well. No, it looks like part of his pockets there, so we'll leave those on. Alright, so I'm just going to use a wire brush here. Takes off the residue that you get with metal miniatures. You get like a powdery residue, which is what I guess the metal equivalent of mold release is for the plastics, to help get them out of the molds. He actually looks quite good, you know. Yeah, I'm just looking at. I know he's got to have his arms on. Not much detail on his face. However, with mutants, That could be purposely done. Looks like he's got like a sort of scarf wrapped around his face, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna have to turn this heater off because it's getting too hot. Yeah, so where mutants are concerned, I guess I'll have a quick go with this old super glue. I'm not holding out too much hopes for it. No, I think we're all out here. Yeah, I'm going to ditch it. That way, I don't have to look at it anymore. Alright, we'll try the gel. Yeah, this dude, I think it certainly looks like it, looking upon closer inspection, that he's got a kind of scarf on him. Actually, I won't glue them until the last. What I'll do is I'll stand him on the base. I'm probably going to need a few different files and things. So who's next? Oh, this guy I found out. He's meant to look strange like this. He's meant to have no body. He's just like a head on a pair of hips and legs. So, yeah. I think he's called Low Down something or other. I couldn't even look it up at the minute because my book's at the house, so I'm trying to read through that. Just clearing off the flash. I like to have the stand that they're on quite flat so they can, you know, stand up quite well even without the little base. But that said, they will all be on bases, of course. You get some pretty neat equipment with this game as well, like time bombs and things like that. It's just kind of odd. Which captures the person in a kind of never-ending time loop, so they can't do anything. Which is quite a neat idea, I suppose. My wife just had her lunch. She goes out for a walk on her lunch and phones me usually. It's kind of like the highlight of my day when she's not here. I like to talk to my wife. Yeah, I've got one of those old relationships where we actually love each other. Yeah. I'll just finish my tea. Right, so now I'm looking at him. I know you can't see it on camera, But there's quite a lot of detail on him, particularly on the bottom of his boots. He's got like a dagger tucked into the back of his left ankle on his boot. He's got pouches, he's got shoulder guards, he's just got no body. So we'll put him over there. So that's 2 down. And I think this is called a Gronk. I think he's helpful in terms of like healing you up and getting you well again, I think. You know, don't go nuts on me at this stage. I haven't had a chance actually to speak to my friend yet. He's hopefully coming over tomorrow. He was supposed to come over last week, but I had to cancel due to work issues and things. So, you know, I understand life gets in the way. That's fine. You want these guys quite shiny before you apply paint, and this will actually rough up the metal sufficiently for a primer to adhere well, and you won't see any marks on it either. So that's 3 down, so he's done. That's good. I'm already 21 minutes in, so I don't know. I'm going to go for Johnny Alpha, Electronux Johnny Alpha next, because I want to. Now, of course, I want to paint Johnny Alpha in his proper colours. His kind of green, mainly green, yellow, and a tiny bit of red around his SD badge. He's got a Strontium dog badge, which basically just says SD on it. Oh yeah, nice lot of detail on this. You know, liking the musculature. That looks good. Johnny Alpha. It's a kind of cool concept. Very fun. That's what drew me to this game. The fun aspect. Whereas, I mean, all games are fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But some are slightly more serious than others. Like, well, 40k is fun. I love 40k. Don't get me wrong. I really do. But it's quite serious. People get quite serious about it. And even the Kill Team game is still quite serious. You know, it's kind of, it's just a smaller version of a serious game. Whereas this is totally fun, and I like that. I do like that. Yeah. Certain angles you move the model, and then you can see the mold line you gotta work on to get rid of. Okay, so there's 4 models down, Johnny Alpha, Electronux being one of them. And that's pretty cool. Let's move this back a bit so I can put, oh, there's Johnny Alpha, the normal Johnny Alpha with his guns. So let's work on him as well, shall we? Get rid of the flash. Although, yes, there's flash, not as much as I first thought. looking at him now. Yeah, I like that. Cool looking gun he's got there. 2 different types of gun by the looks of it as well. That's alright. So this is the Johnny Alpha they used in the playthrough for Strontium Dog. I'll tell you what, if I do think of it, I'll put a link to that video on this. I won't point to the corner where it'll appear though, otherwise I'll look foolish if I forget. It seems to me though they're doing making miniatures games about it literally every sort of popular culture thing you can think of, which is great. That's brilliant. It's fantastic. That's brilliant. Obviously the subject matter has to be appropriate for like battle or fighting, otherwise it'll make for a very dull game. Imagine Friend, the miniatures skirmish game. See if you can get a job before all the others. No, I mean, I never watched Friends. Never appealed to me. There's Johnny Alpha. Yeah, I want him in his proper colours. Ooh, this is like a dog guy. Kind of an orc maybe looking guy. That's cool. That's very cool. Just trying to get this a little bit of flash off the end of his boot here. Yeah, he looks great, this guy. Taller. I imagine he'd be quite good in combat, melee as well. Some are obviously more suited to shooting, some melee, some good at both, or some are rubbish at both. It's just. He looks cool though. Right, 6 down, 5 to go. Though that said, it looks like they've given me a couple of spare bases. I've only got 3 miniatures to go. Now I've got 2 sets of arms, so that's cool. Well, let's do the other Strontium dog, which is the Sternhammer guy. I understand he was originally a Viking warrior or something. This is how I understand it. But bear in mind, Strontium Dog encompasses all timelines and realities as well. kind of, it even crosses over, I think, into the Judge Dredd universe. I don't know how well that would work out, but sorry about the noise outside. That's workmen being irritating. I was surprised I actually managed to fall back to sleep again this morning after working till midnight, because I didn't actually lay down to go to bed till about 2 this morning. But there you go. Looks like he's holding something. Oh, it might be his badge or something. Strontium dog. Freeze. I'm gonna have to look at the artwork to see what's depicted on it. I don't know. Oofing great hammer he's got there, though. So that's good. So it gives me already a couple of spare bases. That's cool. I can already look to other miniatures I've got and think, this guy just looks super ugly. You know, if my friend wants to be like the Strontium dogs in the game, that's fine. I don't mind that. So I'm happy to play mutants. The variety they have, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the work you can hear going on is something to do with the gas lines in our street. Digging holes and causing havoc and just generally being annoying. It was right outside our drive yesterday, and on the way to work I had to get them to move. I mean, there's no help for it. It's got to get the gear in there, the lorries and the diggers and whatnot. It's got to cover the drive at some point, but it's like, you know, at the same time they have to move when I need to get out, particularly when I go to work. I'm just looking at my phone here. Oh, right, okay. It's telling me a delivery is in progress. Well, that's fine. This guy's quite cool. He looks like he's got a sort of chain across his back or his shoulder. Just digging out a bit of flesh. Flesh. think it was a bit of flash. No, it was now. So I've dealt with it. I have dealt with it. Manuel. Tomorrow will be good because I'll have a whole day off. No work for 2 days after tonight. Yay! I've lost about a stone since I started work, you know. Which I suppose is a cool benefit. Yeah, this job of mine came at about the right time, really, with Christmas looming and all. Okay, now for the last dude. Then I'll have to work out whose arms belong to who. Now this dude looks like a sort of skull face with a horn, sticky out ear on one side. Strange. That's the thing with mutants, you just can't tell what's meant to be and what isn't. But again, these are characters from the Strontium dog universe, so I guess, you know, I've got to get it right. That's another reason I want to get the colour schemes right. When I come to make my own mutants, of course, anything goes, that's fine. But for the nostalgia and the... I mean, it's a nostalgic game anyway. Not so much for me, but I understand and get that it is a nostalgic game because, you know, many people, my friend included, were big 2000 AD fans when they were kids. Well, still are. So, you know, I want to get it right. I feel a kind of sense of moral obligation to do so. There's a little bit of flash there. Yeah, there we go, that's perfect. Pulled that off rather nicely. They look like they're going to be nice and easy to paint anyway. Well, majority of them. I want to spend a bit more time. With a skirmish game, I want to spend a little more time on them. Even though they're metal, I don't usually spend an awful lot of time on metal miniatures, but I always just get them to the tabletop standard. But I want to spend a little bit more time on these, being that it's a skirmish game and you don't have as many miniatures per side. So let's make those miniatures that you do have look really good. That's the way I'm thinking anyway. I'm looking forward to seeing how you generate your own characters. So that would be kind of cool, especially for me if I'm playing the mutants. I'll make up some fancy name for them as well. Let's type in a mutant sounding name. miniatures with, I don't know, exaggerated features as well, and just make a point of using that as part of the name. Yeah, I think that's him. No, there we go. Put that down a bit more on the front there. Right. Yeah, he's on, see? He's on a model, on a base, rather. So I'm placing him there. Right, okay. 2 spare bases. Excellent. Now, to carefully get these arms off of their metal sprues. Well, weapons. And I may need to wait until I can see in the book, see what weapons they're carrying actually. So maybe suitable for either miniature, though I'm hoping it's not like they'll go on either to me, but I'm hoping they won't, so that I can just get them modelled. See, certain weapons may be iconic for the actual character. I don't want to ruin that. Otherwise they'll just become like generic mutants, and I don't want that. Right. Now, the 2 people that require arms are these 2. Let me just did I miss that? There we go. Are these 2? No. This orc-like character certainly looks like he should have this gun. The arms are bigger, but then, oh yeah, no, it's definitely his, and I would say we'll just double check that this doesn't fit him. No, I don't think so. Too puny, the arms, but they would fit this character. Yes, excellent. Okay then. So what we're going to do now, just clean up these weapons a little more. mold lines, I know they're like a fact of life in terms of model making, but they are irritating. I'm thinking I might suggest to my wife that we meet for lunch on Thursday. That might be good. And hopefully I'll be recovered enough. I won't need my walking stick. Last time I was too worn from work the previous night that I required my walking stick, and that's not good. Just trying to do a bit of fine line filing there. With metal, it's more difficult to make pieces fit like arms and hands. But anyway, for now we need to get these pieces on the bases, so it's good. I'm glad that the miniatures were obvious as to which arms belong to who. Okay. Okay, that's him. We used the two that need their arms first so that they can be drying quicker. This guy will be next. Oh, he's pretty funny. Yeah, these miniatures up here. I've just got to pick them up. It's oh, what the heck, you know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to making. See, I'd like to make a board for it, although I will use mats. Let's just do this Gronk a minute. I'd like to make a board for it because it's small area and easier to do. See, already difficult to get the glue up. Come on. So this Sternhammer guy, I believe, is really good in melee. Really good. Do not want to tangle with him. I'll just hold that down a minute. Johnny Alpha, Electro Nux. That's a cool name, Electro Nux. That's a limited edition model. That. There are some models where they're on like hover things, bikes or vehicle things or whatever, and I don't know if they're part resin, part metal. So definitely going to be utilising the super glue there. And last but not least, Johnny Alpha himself. Now, I'm going to work out these arms. That's the wrong one, duh. Picked up the wrong ones instantly, so yeah, that was clever. Filing a bit down, which probably isn't flash, but it's in my way. So either way, it has the same effect. Right, see how well this fits. Dry fitting is all very well, but right, actually it looks like it might work. The only thing with, oh come on, super glue gel. That's better. I call him the dog man, even though he's clearly not. He's more like a, he looks more orky than doggy. That makes sense. I just want to do that. This dude's got some mold line thing going on there. So let's get rid of that. Case of dry fitting again. I can at least prime these guys before I have to worry about colour schemes and things like that. Things of that ilk. Now this looks like it's not going to go in easy, so I'm going to cut this knobule off a bit here. Well, I'm actually cutting it off altogether. It's got to bend the metal over slightly. So it fits perfectly there, but not there, just ever so slightly more. Let's bend the wrist. Oh, hope that's not too much. Right, we're going for it. Just hold it in place there, man. Fucking hold it in. So it's metal, so heavy. You've got to hold it there. These miniatures are looking quite good now, though, I think. Ah, yes, the Gronk guy looks amazing. I mean, my friend said he was going to get this, so I don't know. I won't prime them until the glue's dry, otherwise it knackers your brushes and actually get any super glue on the bristles. And I don't like to do that even on a crappy brush. I say crappy brush, I mean one that's past its best for what it was originally intended. There. Now that is the miniatures for Strontium Dog and the limited edition guy there, Johnny Alpha with Electronux. So, oh look at the hour. So this is the end of the video, really. So we've got Johnny Alpha with his guns there. Really cool. The other version of Johnny Alpha with his Electronux. This Wolfhammer guy, he's the other Strontium Dog you get in the starter set. So you only have the two of them. So I'll take that one aside. So it's these two. On the Gronk helps you, I think. But essentially it's these two against these five. And you think that's a bit unbalanced, but it seems to work quite well, because Johnny Alpha and the Wolfhammer, I can't remember what he's called. Stern Wolfhammer? I don't know what he's called. But essentially they won. So they could have done with more. I know there's luck involved in that as well, but there you go. That's it. That is it for the video. Thanks ever so much for watching. It's been brilliant. This is something I wanted to get done. As you can see, it takes me a while to do things like this. I like to do quite a good job, or in my mind, what is quite a good job. And yeah, so thanks very much for watching. Remember, all brushes lead to war, and I will see you on the next video. So bye for now, folks. Bye bye.